Welcome back to the Business Book Club. Great to have you with us again as we dive deep into books that really aim to shift perspectives.
And today's book definitely fits that bill. We're looking at Feel-Good Productivity, How to Do More of What Matters to You by Ali Abdaal.
Right, Ali Abdaal. Many will know him from YouTube, massive following, known as a productivity guru.
Yeah, over 4 million subscribers, I think.
Yeah.
But his approach, it's not just about hacks and tips. It comes from a really personal place. He started out training as a doctor at Cambridge, actually worked as a junior doctor for a bit.
And that's where the core idea for this book really started, didn't it? He was deep in that traditional hustle culture, work harder, longer hours.
Exactly. Pushing himself relentlessly. And the result wasn't success, it was burnout. Like serious burnout. He mentions literally dropping medical trays because he was just so exhausted and, frankly, miserable.
Wow. And that difficult experience led him to a pretty profound insight, didn't it?
It really did.
Yeah.
He realized that sustainable productivity, the kind that actually works long-term, isn't about forcing yourself through misery. It's actually a result of feeling good.
Which is kind of the opposite of what many of us are taught, right? That success leads to happiness.
Precisely. He flips it. Happiness leads to success. And it's not just wishful thinking. There's actual science behind this, like the broaden and build theory. When you're feeling positive emotions, your mind literally opens up.
Opens up how?
Well, you see more possibilities. You're more creative. You build resources faster, cognitive, social. You're just, more effective overall. Feeling good isn't fluffy. It's functional.
Okay, so if feeling good is the engine, how do we fuel it? Abdal breaks his framework down into three parts: energize, unblock, and sustain. Let's start with energize.
Right. This is all about deliberately cultivating those positive feelings. And the first big concept under Energize is play.
Play. In the context of work and productivity. That sounds fun, but maybe a bit counterintuitive.
It can seem that way. But think about the physicist Richard Feynman, Nobel Prize winner, genius. But he hit a massive creative slump, total burnout.
What got him back?
He just started playing again.
Yeah.
Like literally playing with physics for the fun of it. He saw a plate wobbling in the cafeteria and got curious about the physics behind it. No pressure, no goal, just pure curiosity and play. And that reignited everything.
So it's about approaching things like a game with curiosity.
Exactly. Injecting adventure even in small ways. Abdal mentions studies showing even taking a new route to work can boost happiness because of the novelty. It's about finding the fun, like Mary Poppins said, right? A spoonful of sugar.
Helps the medicine go down. Yeah, I get that. Find the element of fun. But what if the task just genuinely feels high pressure? It's hard to play when you're stressed.
That's a crucial point. And Abdal's advice there is powerful. Lower the stakes. He talks about an engineering experiment where adding arbitrary penalties for failure made people less likely to even try. Fear of failure paralyzes playfulness.
So how do we lower the stakes, especially in business where things often feel high stakes?
By reframing failure. Instead of seeing a mistake or a setback as, well, a failure, see it as a data point.
A data point. Explain that.
Okay, say a project doesn't go to plan or a launch underperforms. Instead of beating yourself up, ask, what data did this give me? Maybe the process needs tweaking, maybe the target audience was wrong. It's just information for the next iteration.
I like that. It takes the emotional charge out of it, makes it more objective, less I failed, more, okay, noted.
Exactly. It frees you up to experiment, which is the heart of play and innovation.
Okay, so play is one energizer. What's next?
The second is power. And this isn't about dominating others. It's about fostering a sense of personal control and empowerment over your own work and life.
Personal agency, essentially.
Yes. And a key way to build this is to take ownership of your work. Abdal highlights that intrinsic motivation doing something because you find it meaningful or engaging is way more powerful than external rewards or pressure. Autonomy is key.
But what if you're in a role where you don't have much control over the tasks themselves, like a junior employee or someone in a very structured environment?
Great question. Even if you can't control the what, you can often control the how. Abdal tells this amazing story about a Reddit user, Filet Offish 1066, I think.
Huh, memorable name.
Right. He had this incredibly boring quality assurance job. He couldn't change the tasks, but he decided to take ownership of the process. He spent 8 months secretly automating his entire job.
Wow, so he turned a boring task into a personal challenge, a sort of game.
Exactly. He owned the how. And beyond the process, you can always own your mindset. This is about the language you use internally, shifting from, I have to do this report, to, okay, I choose to do this report because it contributes to X, or even, I get to practice my analytical skills here.
Abdal used an example from his doctor days, right? Reframing staying late for an IV drip.
Yes, instead of resentment, he shifted to, I get to use my skills to help someone. It's a small mental shift, but it changes the feeling from obligation to opportunity, boosting that sense of power.
Makes sense. Play power. What's the third energizer?
The third one is people. This is about recognizing how much our interactions impact our energy. Some people lift us up, others drain us. We need to actively cultivate that positive relational energy.
So connecting with the right people in the right way.
Yes. One aspect is fostering the comrade mindset. A Stanford study found that when people felt they were working together on a task, even if just told that, their motivation and persistence shot up compared to those told they were working in parallel.
So seeing colleagues as teammates, focusing on our success rather than just my success.
Exactly. It builds camaraderie and shared drive. Another angle is the helper's high. Helping others actually releases feel-good chemicals like oxytocin in our brains.
So doing good feels good, literally.
It does. Even small things, making someone a coffee, offering help, acknowledging good work, boosts your mood and the other person's, creating a positive upward spiral.
Okay, so Energize is about play, power, and people. But inevitably, we still get stuck sometimes. Procrastination hits. That takes us to part 2. Unblock.
Right. And Abdal's take here is critical. Procrastination often isn't about laziness or poor discipline. It's usually an emotional regulation problem. We avoid tasks because they make us feel bad, uncertain, fearful, bored, overwhelmed.
Like that pebble in your shoe analogy he uses. Trying to power through the pain is less effective than just stopping and removing the pebble.
Precisely. And the first pebble to remove is often uncertainty. So the first strategy under Unblock is seek clarity. Uncertainty paralyzes action.
How do we get clarity?
By asking why deeply. Like Toyota's 5 whys. Keep asking why you're doing something until you hit the root purpose. Why do I really want to launch this product? Understanding that core why is a massive motivator.
Makes the effort feel worthwhile even when it's tough.
Exactly. Then
Right.
after the why, ask what. Vague goals like get more clients are useless. Abdal suggests nice goals instead of just smart ones.
Nice. What does that stand for?
Near-term, input-based, controllable, and energizing. So instead of get 10 new clients this quarter, outcome partly uncontrollable, it might be spend 1 hour each day this week reaching out to potential leads. Near-term, input-based, controllable, hopefully energizing. It focuses on the actions you can take.
That feels much more manageable. Okay, we have why and what. What's next?
Ask when. A goal without a schedule is just a wish. This is where implementation intentions are gold.
Those if X, then Y statements.
Yes. If it's Tuesday morning after my coffee, then I will work on the marketing plan for 25 minutes. It links a specific cue, Tuesday morning coffee, to a specific action. It automates the decision, reducing the willpower needed to start.
Simple, but sounds effective. Okay, so clarity helps. But what about when the pebble isn't uncertainty, it's just inertia? That, I just can't get started feeling.
Yes, inertia. An object at rest stays at rest. This leads to the next concept. Get started. The main idea is reduce friction. Make starting the right thing easier and the wrong thing harder.
Like putting your gym clothes out the night before.
Exactly. That's reducing environmental friction. But there's also emotional friction that can't be bothered feeling. And for that, the 5-minute rule is brilliant.
Just commit to 5 minutes.
Yep. Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 5 minutes. What usually happens, Abdal says about 80% of the time, once you've overcome that initial inertia, you just keep going. Starting is often the hardest part.
That really resonates. Breaking that initial barrier.
And to make even starting that 5 minutes easier, define the next action step. Break the task down into the absolute smallest physical action. Not write blog post, but open laptop. Not go to gym, but put on running shoes.
Makes it feel almost trivially easy to begin.
Which is the point. Overcoming inertia is about making the first step ridiculously small.
Okay, so we've energized ourselves, we've unblocked procrastination. But how do we keep this going without burning out again? This must be part 3.
Sustain.
You got it. Sustain is about preventing burnout and maintaining momentum long term. And burnout isn't just being tired. Abdaal defines it as a combination of exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced effectiveness. And a key cause he identifies is misalignment, right? When what you're doing doesn't match your core values or sense of self.
Exactly. This leads to misalignment burnout. Even if you're not overworked, if the work feels meaningless or contradicts your values, it drains you. The solution is to consciously align your actions with what truly matters to you.
How do we figure out what truly matters? Life gets busy, it's easy to lose sight of the big picture.
Abdal suggests looking at different time horizons. For the long-term horizon, he recommends the eulogy method.
Morbid, but effective.
Maybe a little,
Eh?
but powerful. Imagine your funeral. What do you genuinely hope people would say about your life, your work, your relationships, your impact? It cuts through the noise and clarifies your deepest values.
That definitely puts things in perspective. What about shorter term?
Connect that long-term vision to the medium and short term. For the daily, he talks about alignment experiments. Treat your life like a series of small experiments.
How does that work?
Identify an area where you feel misaligned, maybe your work-life balance, or a specific project that drains you. Form a hypothesis. If I try X solid change, maybe things will feel more aligned. Then run the experiment.
Like negotiating slightly different hours or trying a new approach to a recurring task?
Precisely. Small, localized changes. To track the results, did it improve things? Did it make them worse? Learn from it, adjust, and run the next experiment. It's about continuous, intentional course correction towards a life that feels authentic and fulfilling.
It's a much more dynamic and less intimidating way to think about finding alignment than trying to figure out your one true purpose overnight.
Absolutely. It's iterative.
So let's try to pull this all together. For entrepreneurs listening, what are the key actionable takeaways from feel-good productivity?
Okay, first, embrace play. Find ways to inject curiosity and fun. Reframe failures as data points to lower the stakes and encourage experimentation.
Second, find your power. Take ownership of your processes and mindset even when constraints exist. Shift from have to get to or choose to.
Third, harness people. Build positive connections. See others as comrades. Practice small acts of kindness, the helper's high, and communicate effectively.
Then to beat procrastination, seek clarity, know your why, set nice goals focused on controllable inputs, and use implementation intentions, if X, then Y, to schedule actions.
And when inertia strikes, get started by reducing friction. Use the 5-minute rule to just begin and define the absolute smallest next physical action step.
And finally, for the long haul, sustain by aligning your actions with your deepest values. Use things like the eulogy method to clarify what matters, and run small alignment experiments to continuously adjust your path.
It really shifts the focus. Productivity isn't about brute force or perfect systems. It's about understanding your own psychology, managing your emotions, and intentionally designing a way of working and living that feels good.
So the final thought might be, productivity isn't about achieving perfection. Maybe it's more about strategically experimenting your way towards what energizes you and aligns with your values.
I think that captures it perfectly. If you focus on what makes you feel energized and alive, productivity often takes care of itself. And you actually enjoy the journey.
A powerful reframing indeed. Definitely give these ideas some thought, experiment with them in your own ventures in life. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Be sure to subscribe to the Business Book Club for more explorations into transformative business ideas. Until next time.
Now, that's a wrap for this episode of the Business Book Club. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss our next deep dive. Got a favorite business book you'd love us to explore? Let us know. We're always up for a good read. And hey, don't keep all these insights to yourself. Share this episode with a fellow book lover or your work buddy who's always looking to level up. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode.